Hey guys, so this is my first sit down video in my new filming space in my new office. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in here, and the echo is probably going to be pretty bad until I get a rug in here and some window treatments, but that is pretty low on our priority list at the moment because there's a lot of things we want to get done. But anyway, what I thought I would talk about today well, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna title this video, but they are basically my favorite baked gelée products. Now, I should dedicate this video to Tara Babies here on YouTube. She is one of my favorite creators. She is one of the creators that inspired me to start my own channel, and she is the one that introduced me to this concept of baked gelée. Now, I'm not a makeup chemist, formulator, or anything like that. I don't know anything about the manufacturing of makeup, but I do know that baked gelée products just look incredibly magical on the skin, and they have a certain look in the pan, which I'll talk about in just a second. But the other thing that I may name this video is like my most precious makeup to me. These are the pieces of makeup that I didn't pack with the rest of my makeup. This is the makeup that I put in separate little baggies that I carried myself over to the new house. So they are just absolutely precious to me, and they all happen to be baked gelée products. So again, I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video, but that's what it is, like my favorite baked gelée products, and also like, I guess, my most precious makeup as well. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right in. I don't even know how many products I have because I just started kind of taking stuff out of my collection that I wanted to take over to the new house myself. So why don't we go ahead and get started with powder. Yeah, let's start with powder. The Chantecaille Perfect Blur Finishing Powder. This is the Hummingbird version. They just came out with another version with their Flower Power collection that has like those Fimo flowers on top, which is so beautiful. But this powder is so magical. It is baked gelée, and let me see if you guys can see what I'm talking about. So baked gelée products look like almost like a piece of clay, like sitting in a pan, not like pressed powder where you can see the actual pan up on the sides. Baked gelée products, or baked products in general, will just kind of be sitting on something that looks like a grid. I guess that's how they bake it. And then typical baked powders look domed, generally. But baked gelée products look like, yeah, they look like a clay piece kind of just sitting in there. They almost, on the edges, they almost have like this rounded look to them. And that's how you can quickly see whether or not it's a baked gelée product. At least that's how I can tell. So anyway, this is the first product I wanted to mention. This powder is so good. It does a phenomenal job blurring. It has like a little bit of coverage, but not too much. It never looks cakey. It never looks thick or anything like that. It's just wonderful. And like most, if not all baked gelée products, I find you have to use a brush that picks up products really easily. So whether it's one that's dense or whether it's one that's like natural haired, that's the kind of brush that you want to use with baked gelée products because they're baked, so they're hard. So you just need something that picks up product fairly easily. So anyway, this is the first one I wanted to mention. Do I have any more powders in here? No, that was the only one that was that precious to me that I had to actually carry over to the new house myself. The Dior Backstage like face and body powder no powder, that is a baked product as well, and it is quite similar to this one. I think this one has a little bit better of like a blurring effect than that one, but that one is like a very, very close product to this one, very similar to this one. Let's move on to bronzers because I have a couple bronzers here, and I'm going to start with a product that I'm pretty sure is what like created this baked gelée monster. I think this is the first baked gelée product that I indulged in, and that I kind of went through my learning curve with baked gelée products, realizing that I had to use like dense natural haired brushes. Anyway, it is the Sicily Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. It is this guy. I think it's in a gold compact now, so this is much older, but here is this bronzer. And can you see the way it looks in the pan? Again, it has that kind of like, it looks like a clay disc just sitting in there. You don't see any pan or anything around the sides, and the edges look like you know, like it's a little bit rounded. I think also, sorry, before we get into this actual product, something I noticed, something Tara Babies actually pointed out in one of her videos. From what I can tell, all baked gelée products are made in Italy. So I don't know if it's some sort of Italian magic that they have over there, which I would not be surprised. They are magicians over there. But every single baked gelée product that I have is made in Italy. So maybe they have some sort of patent on there. Sorry, I'm just like looking quickly at all of the ones that I pulled out. Italy, yeah. So anyway, this is made in Italy, and this bronzer is gorgeous. This is also the bronzer that made me realize that I didn't like matte bronzers, because this has a really beautiful, like soft metallic sheen to it. Of course, you can like really build up this bronzer and it'll look really pretty metallic, but the glow is gorgeous. Now this bronzer is a little bit on the warmer side, so this is definitely a bronzer that I like to use during these months, like the summer months. I feel like it's a little bit too warm for me in the cooler months when my skin is a little bit more pale. But in any case, this is just gorgeous product. So that's the other one I want to talk about. Another bronzer I wanted to mention is this Clinique Powder Pop Flower Bronzer in Solar Pop. Now, the last time I checked, this was on sale, I believe. This one and the highlight, which I'll talk about, is on sale at Ulta. Hopefully. Anyway, I'll link it down below in my description box if you are interested. But this bronzer is, well, not only is it really cute because it has that flower embossing, and then I don't know if you can see the way the product looks. Again, there's no pan kind of crawling up the side, and it looks like it's rounded at the edges. Anyway, I love this product because the tone is really beautiful. It has like a little bit of peachiness to it. So it's just a really pretty bronzer that you could almost kind of double and use as a blush, or use as a bronzer and not have to use blush. It's like one of those really pretty shades. And looking at this pan is actually reminding me that baked gelée products take forever to use up. Not that I've ever used any up, but I know I have gone very hard with this bronzer, and you can still see most, if not all, of the flowers in there. Same with this Sicily bronzer. This one I've had for a very long time. I've used up quite a bit. You can still see like the rays in there. I think this one maybe looks a little bit more used in the middle there. They just take forever to use. Anyway, this Clinique bronzer is gorgeous, and it looks matte in the pan, but it actually has a really nice soft kind of satin look to it. So that's the next bronzer I want to talk about. And then I have one last bronzer here, and this is the Chantecaille Real Bronze bronzer in Goa. And this bronzer has a gorgeous tone to it. It has a little bit of red in the undertone. It's a little bit more neutral than, say, like the Sicily bronzer, which is fairly warm. And I just think this looks gorgeous all year round. And because of this wonderful baked gelée formula, it goes on really smooth. And I think the best way for me to describe how baked gelée products work, at least on my skin and the way they look, is that it's almost like a powder product when you apply it, but then when like it heats up with your skin, it almost turns into like a cream product, and it just ends up looking really seamless and gorgeous, and you can really build them up, but you can apply them very lightly too. They're just really stunning. Anyway, this is another bronzer that I had to carry over to the new house by myself. Okay, let's move on to, oh, actually, let's talk about these. Sorry. These are face palettes, and these are new to me. These are the Burberry face palettes, but these are face palettes with 5 baked gelée products, and then there's 1 cream product. So these are all baked gelée products. And what I love so much are the blushes in here. So this is the Fair to Light Medium palette. It's basically just like the cooler toned version of the two. But I didn't really have that many baked gelée bronzers. And so I'm like just really loving, oh, okay. This highlight just popped out so you can see what I'm talking about. That's the grid that baked gelée products sit on. Instead of a pan, they're baked on these grids. Anyway, let's just pop that back in there. That's the danger of these baked gelée products. I do find that they come out of their pan quite often. They do break quite easily, but when they're all in one piece and behaving, they are magical. Okay, let's just close that one. Let me go ahead and show you the medium to dark because I do actually like these blushes more. So these two blushes, so gorgeous. So these were two new precious babies in my collection. Highlights. So the Clinique Powder Pop Flower Highlighter in Lunar Pop. So this is like the highlighter companion to the bronzer that I just talked about. And this has such a beautiful kind of subtle satin, gauzy kind of effect. It's not super high shine metallic. It just makes your skin look soft, which is almost the opposite. When I put on highlight, usually because it's so metallic or whatever, I feel like my skin looks really hard in a way, like you've metallicized it. And this makes your skin look really, really soft. Anyway, I just love it. And the tone is really beautiful for someone with my skin tone. It's really like a light champagne kind of peach color. And it's gorgeous. So that is another one. And then of course, I had to carry this over to the new house myself because this is my favorite highlighter of all time. And this is the Burberry Fresh Glow highlighter. And this is in Rose Gold number 4. I have 2 other shades, which are lovely, but this one is my precious baby. Look at that shade. The imprint is beautiful. And this highlight is absolutely seamless. It is like poreless in that it just goes on so smoothly, and you only need just a little bit and you get this this like really beautiful shine. So that's the Burberry Fresh Glow highlighter, one of my favorites. And then are these all, oh no, I have, sorry. Like, are these all eyeshadows? No, I have one more. It's sort of like a blush and highlight duo. Yeah, I guess you could say it's a blush and highlight duo. This is the Tom Ford Skin Illuminating Powder Duo. This is in 07 Incandescent. I don't even know if this is still in production. It may be discontinued, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And there is also the original in Mood Light. This is 01. So we've got a highlight and bronzer. This is stunning for more typical kind of highlight and bronzer versus a highlight and blush. This is really great. And I know this is still in production. This is part of the regular line. I think the Incandescent was part of a special collection years ago. Anyway, this is really beautiful as a blush. And like I mentioned, very rare in terms of baked gelée blushes, I think. If you have a favorite out there, please let me know, because I'm just sort of thinking about my collection. Of course, there's like so much makeup out there, but I think baked gelée blushes are rare. Anyway, this is one of my all-time favorites too. And can you see the sheen in this bronzer? It's almost like the Sicily one, just really, really beautiful. Okay, now the rest are eyeshadows. So I had to save this one, even though I don't know what they were thinking, but I feel like they made, I don't know, like 20 of these, because anytime it was released, it was sold out immediately, and I think it's limited edition. I don't know if it's coming back, but this is the Bobbi Brown Pink Glow Luxe Eyeshadow Palette. These Luxe eyeshadows, they usually come in singles. They're so beautiful, but this quad is just, it's just perfect. I think it's perfect for the everyday because, as you can tell, these shades are fairly soft, they're fairly neutral, but because they have such a beautiful sheen to them, I feel like they go into evening very easily. They just have a very ethereal look. So this one was handled with care as well. And then, it's funny, the 2 other quads I'm going to talk about are so similar in color story, but I just love it. This is the Tom Ford First Frost. Very, very similar. It's just so beautiful. The Tom Ford Wet Dry formula, which this baked gelée is, it's a wet dry formula, is so stunning. I feel like this pink color up here makes it really special because it has almost like a duochrome to a gold. Stunning. And then the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Eye Filter Luxury Palette in Star Aura. Again, very, very similar color story, and just wonderful. These are my favorite Charlotte Tilbury quads, the ones with these baked gelée shadows. All right, that is it. Those are my favorite baked gelée products. Those are, I guess, my favorite makeup products, since those are the ones I pulled out and had to carry to the new house myself. Anyway, let me know what some of your products are that you would take out of your collection and like carry over to your new house if you were moving. Like, let me know. Let me know what are those ones that you would take special care of. Let me know down below in the comment section. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.